Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. Your Imperial Majesty, sir, permit me at this juncture to introduce the man who had the very first privilege to have seen a copy of his book, perhaps even before it was published. He's been chosen very carefully from amongst the lot for reasons that you'll get to know in the course of his introduction that I'll be doing, and a very brief one. Very lengthy resume, but I've decided to abridge it with a very kind permission, sir, because of time. Professor Shion Iweso, the Executive Director, Center for Black Culture and International Understanding, Osun State, was born February 1st, 1961. A distinguished alumnus of the prestigious University of Ile-Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. He holds a BA degree in history, MA in history, and PhD in intellectual history. He is a professor of history and one of Nigeria's leading academics who has authored dozens of books and over 150 publications and chapters in books and articles in learned journals and counting. His contributions to Nigerian military history span the fields of military and strategic studies, cultures, history, Nigeria's Islamic culture, Yoruba interstate welfare, Nigeria's identity question, amongst many others. I must reiterate at this juncture that this is just an abridged version of his intimidating resume, and so I plead with you for your kind understanding that I will shorten it by saying that our book reviewer is currently a member of the governing council.
The 51st. Through him, I want to single out two individuals here. First, they are Ro and Ashwaju of the source. Baba, I recognize you. Prince Jide Damashi and the entire team from Lagos, I recognize you. I recognize all the royal fathers, our mothers, diplomatic, our ambassadors here, and everybody. Today is a great day in Nigerian history. Ile-Ife, the cradle of human civilization, is making history today through the instrumentality of that great diplomat, Dr. Maureen Tamuno. In the history of Southwest State today, I have not seen any coffee book. This is the first that is imagined. Ile-Ife as the source, the cradle, the sacred and holy city of the Yoruba is making history today. I've passed a message to my friend and brother, Said Elegushi, to publish his own coffee book. I know that book is ready. And I have also endorsed the Lagos caucus here that it is time that a coffee book on Lagos is ready. My teacher gave me some assignments in the past. And he said, if you want to read a book, go and read about the author. The author of this book is a lady of solid pedigree, a princess of Amayanabo Okrika in Port Harcourt. When I wanted to deliver my inaugural lecture, of course, when I wanted to deliver my inaugural lecture, it was Professor Tamuno, and in my private conversation with you, Your Excellency, the title of my inaugural lecture, which I delivered in 2006 at the Lagos State University, was titled The Python's Eyes, the Undertakers, and the Footsteps of the Hand, the Historian's Body. For me, I have tapped from the knowledge of the Ijaw people. I've tapped from the great historians from that area. And I know that the author of this book attended University of Ife, no, Obafemi Awolowo University, and backed PhD, among others. As a PhD holder, she's intellectually endowed to undertake these assignments. But beyond that, she's a culturally immersed person in the culture, in the mores and ethos of the Okrika people. And she learned history at the feet of her grandmother. She was regular at the Palace of Wayana of Okrika in her early years. But beyond that, my teacher also taught me that read a good book each day. I have read this book and I can attest to it with all sincerity that it is an excellent book. Dr. Maureen Tamuno is not an armchair historian. I found it amazing that she had quality time to do extensive research, relying on the existing publications of great traditional historians of Ile-Ife, like Ademakinwa, M.A. Fashogun, Michael Fabumi, and all the great works of our anthropologist historians. And historians, particularly Aki Ogundiran and a number of others. The beauty of this book, however, lies in the fact that if you want to know your history as a Yoruba man, if you want to know your history as a Nigerian, if you want to know your history as an African, if you want to know your history as a black man, go and read Ile-Ife, the cradle of the world. Cradle of the world. Ile-Ife, Taye, Ibi Ojúmọ́ ti mọ́ wá. Ile-Ife, the land of the ancients, where the work of civilization was first begun. With due acknowledgement to my teacher, late Professor Isaac Adiago Akinjogbin, of blessed memory. He gave us some classified documents when we were studying Nigerian Yoruba interstate civil wars. And one of the striking things was that in 1886, when the peace treaty was being broken by the British, the Yoruba Obas were asked a basic question: why were you fighting each others? All the monarchs of the time that insisted that they were fighting to protect the crown heirs, the kings who had been attacked and replaced by military usurpers of that centuries. Sheriki Odunshigun of Ijebu-Igbo said it emphatically. We are fighting to protect our cradle, the cradle of human race. Even the white man king can be shown the place where he left from Ile-Ife in accounts and papers. So, what we are saying is that the centrality of Ife, the primacy of Ife, is established in all accounts, records, oral, written, or archaeological records. So, the book by Dr. Maureen Tamuno is a qualitative addition to the plethora of literature on Ile-Ife. I had a private discussion with Kabesi that the last publication on Ile-Ife ended in 1980. That was Ile-Ife, Cradle of a Race, from the earliest times to 1980, which was edited by Professor Isaac Adiago Akinjogbin. So if you have read that book, you must read this one, because it has taken us from 1980 to 2023. And it has identified the great unease of history, particularly Oromiyan, during the king, the Oni, who reigned for 400 years, and Queen Luwu, who was one of the greatest female rulers and the only female ruler in the history of Ife, and the first in Yoruba land. Beyond that, the position of Moremi Ajasoro as a Rohim of all times and of all generations, the liberator of Ile-Ife and the liberator. When you are talking about human rights, gender right, gender empowerment, the first woman who did that was Queen Moremi. And we established that point when Kabiyesi was celebrating his first anniversary with that publication about his odyssey in life. The book is structured into 10 chapters. The early chapters, chapter 1, 2, 3, deals with the centrality of history, the primacy of. But when you read chapter 4, please read chapter 4 of that book. It is not written by Dr. Moremi alone. It was written by her and at least 4 other diplomats. And when you read it, you see the connection between Ile-Ife, Yoruba, and Brazil, Trinidad and Tobago, Oyotunji village in the United States, and every area where Yoruba civilization had extended to today. Not in terms of Yoruba race alone, but also in terms of culture, in terms of language, in terms of the entirety of human essence. So, reading through Dr. Maureen Tamuno, you will get an update on the great transformation that has taken place since 2015 till date. Due acknowledgement has not been paid to our Kabiyesi. He has just established a new university. So it is not just in the tourism or the business sector. He is now a proud owner of Oteja University, and the VC made appearance a few minutes ago. So when you invest in education, you are leaving great impact on the sands of time, imperishable legacy. University education is very difficult to fund, and we pray that Kabiyesi will have all the enablement to be able to take that university to its greatest height. On a final note, the transformation in Ile-Ife, even in my own community, what we call Ede today, Kabiyesi has been quite impactful through the establishment of Ojaja Mall and Ojaja in Ile-Ife. And what we call urban renewal is taking place in Ile-Ife today. So we appreciate Kabiyesi, Dr. Tamuno, for having this event packaged. And in conclusion, to all the Ife people who are here today, we want to announce formally that an international conference on Ile-Ife will be taking place at Obafemi Awolowo University between 10th and 14th of October 2023. We appreciate you all. I thank Dr. Maureen Tamuno for giving me opportunity for this open advertisement. Kabiyesi, I remain grateful.
And I must be honest that advertisement is worth it. Is worth it. The entire world will be converging on Ile-Ife at the Obafemi Awolowo University for this very epoch-making conference on Ile-Ife. I like that we celebrate this historian, great historian, with another deserving round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. We'll take a few goodwill messages, and I'd like to please crave on indulgence of every one individual. They'll be given the privilege to come up to this podium to speak, to please skip protocol after recognition of His Imperial Majesty and the Oloris. You can afford Honorable Kehinde Bangbeton former Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Lagos State. 2 minutes, sir.
Making event which celebrates a civilization that has been established as a global phenomenon, a civilization that Kabiyesi Onisha, Ogunwusi, Ojaja the second rather, has in the last 7 years done everything possible to rediscover, to celebrate, to showcase, to bring the world's attention to the fact that ultimately all of us started from here, Ile-Ife, the cradle of civilization. I therefore believe that this opportunity of another angle of looking at what Ile-Ife is all about will allow all of us to go home with this book. The fact of the matter is that when we look at Ife, what is inside Ife is phenomenal. We're talking of the Ifa corpus of 16 Hodus, given back to 256 chapters. Are we talking of the Oroniyan? Are we talking of Ogun, the patron saint of all those who have made revolutions and industrial revolution possible? There's a lot to learn from Ife, and I think coming to this occasion has enabled some of us to see the need to come home and see what Kabiyesi has done. Thank you very much for being here.
Please, Yinka Davis, be on standby. We're not through yet, but the goodwill messages will continue very quickly as I invite then, at this point in time, the Consul General of India to Nigeria, Chandra Moli Kern. Please, let's welcome His Excellency with a resounding applause.
Royal Majesty and other Highness present in the hall. I am very happy to be here on this occasion of book release of Ambassador Dr. Mori. And it has been an enlightenment for me that Ife is such an important place in the cradle of civilization. As we all know, India also boasts one of the oldest civilizations possible on this earth. Apart from that, I had the opportunity to be in Kurdistan, Erbil, where also it is said that for last 6,000 years, on the same place people are living. So we have to go back. We are at a time when we are looking forward towards technology to see the all-round development, but we have also got tools that we can go back in the history. We have sophisticated tools to understand that through genetic sequencing, that from where all the Ife people are today in the world. So I hope that this book would have touched all the aspects of Ife, and it will enlighten people like us about the cradle of civilization. Thank you for writing.
Naval Command, standing in for the Chief of Naval Staff. You're welcome, sir.
Your Majesty, the Oni of the Source, Your Excellencies, Royal Fathers, good evening. I am Rear Admiral J.N. Mamman, representing the Chief of the Naval Staff. The Ottoman, I've not read your book, but from the letter we got, it said linking Ife with the Caribbeans or Caribbean and South America. Well, from the little I know about history, you cannot separate people, the black people of South America from the history of the sea, and also cannot be separated from the history of the Royal Navy, which the Nigerian Navy is an offshoot. So, Madam, you have done justice, and I hope the book touched on the Navy. Okay, maybe the next book. With this, I'll say congratulations, Madam, and I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The very next goodwill message, but just before then, permit me to recognize a mother that is so detribalized because of his flock. I'd like to recognize very specially Iyadura, Reverend Mother Esther Ajayi, founder of Love Christ Church. Can I hear that love for her? And each time I see her, Kabesi, just the way you treat me, that's how she treats me. At every event I see her, she blesses me. And I'm blessed to have in her midst. Please, another round of applause for her, please. I'd also like to recognize the presence of Kabesi Alaraibe Oba Ogunshawo. Please, let's put our hands together for him. And of course, Kabesi Elemure Oba Adeshagun Bolaji Alowole. Please, a round of applause for him. Well, thank you so very much for coming. If I have mispronounced any of those names, maybe the way it was written for me, because I'm very, very conversant with Yoruba names. Much as I'm equally an adopted Yoruba son to the Oni of Ife Cradle. At this point in time, the next goodwill message, and the very second before the last, will be coming from the Taipei Trade Office in Nigeria and the head of mission, Andy Yengping Liu. Please, can we give him a round of applause as he comes to take his 2 minutes as he gives us his goodwill message? Please, Yinka Davies, my sister, be on standby for your performance after this.
Your Royal Highness, Your Royal Majesty, the Oni of Ife. It's a great privilege and honor to be invited to come to this so important book unveiling of Ile-Ife, the cradle of the world. From such a faraway Asian part of this world, we know that civilization comes out of the human need, and as part of the ancient civilization and the modern world, Taiwan has been through what Nigeria has been through throughout the last almost 100 years. We've been through the war-torn, poor stage, and we've been through the civil war, we've been through the authoritarian rule, and we march into democracy on our own indigenous development. So we feel honored from our part of the world, we share the same experience of what Nigeria has been through. And we have observed how Nigeria had already get hold of the fate of your own. You're the master of your own fate. You do not take any order from any colonial rule anymore. So this is my congratulatory message. And another one is that because Taiwan is probably the perfect model for Nigeria non-oil economy, because we have no oil, no natural resources, so we envy you so much. But the only thing we have is the human brain. So we echo what Your Majesty has been planning so much, devoted into the education for the next generation. I've been listening carefully about the book review. I cannot remember everything, but at least I know what Your Majesty would like to do is put more energy, more care for the next generation to come. That's what makes Taiwan become today. This is the most important occasion for myself and for my staff, and it's a great honor to stand before you and say thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much. In a nutshell, what His Imperial Majesty is asking, because of what he's doing and what he has planned to do for the nation is that, just as they say, give me a space to stand and I'll move the world. His Imperial Majesty is just asking for your prayers and for your unalloyed support, both financially and otherwise, and his foundation will do so much more, not only for the Ife, but for the entire Oodua nation. Please let's give him another big round of applause. Thank you very much, sir. Before we bring up the rare, 2 more goodwill messages to go. Please bear with us. I'd invite the second councillor of the Rwandan High Commission to Nigeria, and I welcome Your Excellency Vianney Rubagumya. Please a round of applause for Vianney Rubagumya. Your Excellency, please 2 minutes.
Your Royal Majesty, I thank you for inviting me to this important event. For the 2 minutes, one would say the importance of this book, which talks about history, culture, tourism, and business. And as we know, there's no any nation that does not have history. There's no any nation that does not have culture. Coming to tourism and business, I will straight link it to my country, Rwanda. Rwanda is open for tourism and business. Rwanda is visa-free. We have Rwanda Air that facilitates these components. So this is a moment of connection. During our time, please feel free to meet me and get connected. Thank you.
Woman of music, art, actress. She's a social crusader and an advocate for women empowerment and women education and girl child education. Please let's welcome Yinka Davis.